all week we have been playing the new song from Ash as our track of the week. We love it, and we thought, well, we want to find out a little bit more about the song and about the album that is coming out in October called Ad Astra. So we thought we'd just call up Tim Wheeler to tell us a little more. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Oh, great. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
It's nice to have you on, and it's nice to have some new music from your band because we're loving the song and there is more to come from this album, Ad Astra. So what is the meaning behind this sort of galactic-sounding title?
Oh, yeah. Ad Astra, it means to the stars. And I don't know. I always like to, we've been a big sci-fi band over the years. We've, had always, our Star Wars obsession has been pretty famous. And, every so often I do like to do something that sort of ties into our older days and, shows we're still like sci-fi maniacs. So, so there's, the title of the album is Ad Astra, to the stars. And in Girl from Mars, there's a lyric, and as I look to the stars. So I kind of thought this is like a more clever, mature and knowledgeable about the classics version of that.
And what does the rest of the album sound like? There has been so much made over the last sort of summer or so, I guess, about nostalgia. You are a band who've never really stopped. Is this a look back to some of those lyrics that you were talking about, to some of the previous records that you have made, or is it very much a looking forward record?
Oh, yeah, a mix of both. It's I guess we're always trying to find songs that are great, will be great to play live. So that, I guess, ties into our past, but there's definitely quite a lot of new flavors on the record. We've got Graham Coxon on a couple of tracks, and that kind of pushes it in new directions. Like there's a single with him called Fun People, which is, I think, pretty unlike anything we've done before. And there's quite a lot of different stuff on it. I think, even this track, which one do you want, is pretty jangly in a kind of Smithsy kind of way. So
very catchy, very catchy. We've been humming it all week. You were talking about playing live, and I've said this many, many times over the years. You're such a great live band. I've seen you at festivals all over the world, and again, this summer was a great sort of festival summer for Ash. Am I right in saying that you are joint holding the record for the number of Glastonbury appearances? And I won't spoil it, but you can tell the story. Who, if I've got this stat right, who you are holding that record with?
Well, he's Northern Irish as well. That's
what I thought.
But it's Van Morrison, our fellow countryman.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing. The trouble is Van Morrison's still going, so he has a chance to beat us again. But we will, we're quite happy to be neck and neck with such a legend.
Wow, amazing. And, I suspect there'll be more Glastonbury appearances down the line for you than maybe dear old Van. But Graham Coxon on the record. How do you go about getting one of the great guitarists on your album?
Well, we've been good friends, kind of over the years. I've always known he was quite an Ash fan, and I've just started bumping into him quite a lot in the last few years since I moved back to London. And there was once like a score for a film that never got made, but it was kind of a Britpop era film that some people I knew were making, and they wanted me to write songs for it with Emmy the Great. And Graham came and played guitar in it, and I was like, ever since then, I've always known that we play guitar really well together because we've got very different styles. And so I just kept bumping into him again. I was like, I've really got to ask him to be on a Nash record now. So I did, and he was up for it. It was fantastic. He brings such a brilliant flavor and spice to everything. He's a bit of like a mad painter. Like he'll do these mad brush strokes of his guitar, and wow, it's like, what is that noise? I don't know.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Well, we're very excited about hearing the record. Give us a little give us an early tip for a track that come October the 3rd when Ad Astra is out. That is a song from the album that we should make a beeline for when the record drops.
Okay, we'll make a beeline straight to track 12, which is the title track, Ad Astra, and it was the last one on the record, and it's another one with Graham. But we have a guitar duel on it, so that is like quite an exciting moment. Well, it's about like a very exciting 2 minutes of like just attacking each other with our guitars. And we played it live the other night. He came down, we played the Scala in London, and he jumped up with us, and it was awesome. No one had ever heard it before, and people were blown away. So I think that's a good sign. Yeah.
I love that, and I love your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion for music. And so when I heard that there was a new song from you, I was like, we've got to make this our track of the week. Will you do me a favour? Will you introduce it for us on the show? And before you do that, we must, when the album comes out in October, we've got to get you guys in to do a set up here at the top of the tower, because we had Suede in last week and it was so good. I saw that. So loud.
Yeah, I saw that. That was amazing. Yeah. Okay, we're well up for it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Awesome. Right, introduce what has been our track of the week all this week on Virgin Radio Drive Time. Please, Tim Wheeler.
Hey, this is Tim from Ash, and this is our new single, Which One Do You Want?